So don't make it look like anyone is doing NDC a favor. No one is. Rather, the NDC and I and my colleagues are doing people a favor by granting our platform to them. And that narrative is important. You cannot be supporting Peter Obi if you are genuinely supporting him and you are disparaging me, the leader, or the platform itself. That is nonsensical. If it were easy for people to form a party, well, form yours. If it were easy. Now, before Peter and Kwankwaso came in, Nigerians from all walks of life were coming to the party. I received Marafa from Zamfara. I received Binani from Adamawa, and several other people across the country for 5 months, 4 months. So you see, there has to be some level of, people should be careful, okay, as we move on. The platform is there. Peter Obi is a cherished member of our party, and on our own, we have made him a presidential candidate, sole presidential candidate, sole. And that counts for something, okay? And also, his running mate.
All right, Oga Chairman. You know, the reason I'm making this video is because sometimes these people, somebody needs to tell them. Somebody, no matter how bad they tell it, somebody needs to tell them the truth. It's important. Mr. Chairman, Oga, Your Excellency, Senator Dixon, you are the executive chairman, the national chairman of NDC. You are completely wrong. You said if there is anybody that is qualified to run for presidency or to be the president, you are the one. It's not true. All of you, Kunura, all of you that think you are qualified because you are privileged to be running this country. As a matter of fact, if somebody must say it, let me be the one to say it. The situation in this country is that situation that the worst are leading the best. That you are privileged to run, to manage your state, rule the state for 8 years and went to the Senate doesn't make you qualified. There is nothing you have done to prove your qualification when it comes to leadership. Forget education, academic qualification. It's not a yardstick to talk about who is qualified to be a leader. It depends on what you mean by qualified. The context of you being the most qualified depends on what you mean by that. Probably you are talking about education, academic qualification. But apart from that, you are not even qualified to be a leader. You're not qualified. With a singular act you just acted, this singular thing you just did has proven that you are not qualified. You disqualify yourself as a way of trying to prove you are qualified. What do you know about human management? This thing you did, you went to television to do, you call that leadership? It's people like you is the reason the country is in a mess. You allow, at your age and at your level of exposure and experience, you allow your emotions to get the best of you, and you still think you are most qualified. It is the same thing that Buhari did. Buhari allowed his emotions, his hatred for the Southeast to get the best of him, and he can publicly not even know what to say. He will be expressing his hatred over a particular region in the same country he's ruling. You are free to hate anybody you want to hate, but the office you occupy has ethics. It has protocol. But Buhari allowed his emotions to override him. He can open his mouth and even call the region a dot in a circle. It's the same thing that he did when the young people, innocent young people who are passionate about their country in 2020 decided to protest against the brutal killing by the police SARS. Buhari went ahead to slaughter innocent children because of emotions, because of pride. Those are the kind of people that have led this country. That is the same thing you are doing. Innocent people, young people, do you know what it means? That's my problem with some of you. Some of us that came through the ranks of student unionism, we understand better than you people, even though we are not interested in the nonsense people are doing. If you bring 100 youths in one place, you think you can to coordinate them and make all of them do the same way? You think it's easy? Talk more of thousands and then millions. Especially in the situation where these young people, do you know what these young people have been through? This country have not been fair to this recent generation. Do you know what this government, from the previous governments to this current government, do you know what these young people have suffered? Degrees without job. A lot of degrees are now riding Okada. Every day, people are making effort to Japa, going through desert. These young people are going through hell. Some of you, because of bad policies and bad leadership and bad government, you have pushed so many of them into dubious life that they never planned. Some of them that are criminals today is because of bad leadership. You people that are leaders are the reason we have some people that are criminals today. The reason they are criminals. Some of them that are into different vices is because of you people, bad leadership. Because you don't know how to manage, young people. You people lack human management. You lack it. You don't know how. You don't have coordination at all. Look at the nonsense as a leader of a party. You have teaming youths who are passionate about something, who have been. Do you know what? Sometimes those days when we were in school, when you shout great Nigerian students, some will shout great, some will echo a different thing. We know how to manage them. We never get offended. We know how to take their positives to cover their negatives. You use their best to cover their worst. You use the area they are good to cover their shortcomings. That's how to lead young people. Because you felt offended as a leader, you went on air to express your emotions. Yes, to express your dissatisfaction over millions of Nigerians who are living in frustration and in pain. You think it's easy for them to fall in line and be following you, JJ? You think it's easy? Even if things are good, even if the country is perfect, you think it's easy to gather millions of youths and put them in line and all of them will be, you think it's easy? At your level, at your age, if you think it is easy, even possible, then you don't know nothing about leadership. At your age, you want to be pampered? You wish to be pampered at your age? You want to be taught on how to manage people? Don't you have conscience? Don't you have common human sympathy for these young people? Did you even behave like a father in that interview? Let's not even talk about leadership. Let's talk about fatherhood. Did you behave like a father, a responsible father in that interview? You didn't do anything. You went on air to go and you want to go and fight with these people. You want to pick a fight with the young people because they are supporting P2B. Some of them have done something wrong. They have said something wrong that they shouldn't. You went on air to fight them. And then you claim you are more qualified. What do you consider qualification in the first place? What do you people, this is your generation, this is your set, what do you people call qualification? Because I think I'm missing that part. Did you know when Yaradua was the president? Let me now teach you something that you are supposed to teach me. When Yaradua was the president, there was an agitation in the Niger Delta. Yaradua sent soldiers. Soldiers went there, they were fighting it out there. At the point, President Yaradua wanted to engage foreign mercenaries to support in that fight. And people talked to him. And he got himself and realized that this is not fight. This is young people. The best way to solve problem with young people is to listen to them. Yaradua dropped his ego, dropped every plan, and decided to give them a listening ear. Of course, to understand exactly why are they agitating, what is their problem, what's their concerns, what are their complaints. We had an oil spillage in Okrika that lasted for no drinking water anywhere. Even old women were struggling to go and find drinking water. The federal government even made an offer, promised that they will be using a helicopter and to supply them. Nothing, no supply anywhere. People were going through hell. No water, and the only thing that replaced their water was oil. Yet they can't touch the oil. You can't provide them with water. They had a genuine cause, and President Yaradua listened and understood that yes, there is a cause. People are suffering in that region. They are drawing oil, sucking oil. And when Yaradua gave them a listening ear, they brought them out. Did the agitation continue? Were they shooting again? That was leadership. That was fatherhood. All of you lack it, both you, Buhari, Tinubu, all of you lack. None of you is qualified to be a leader, and you want to come and claim you are more qualified. Were you qualified to even be a governor when you can't manage young people in your party? Young people trooped in and followed the beat to your party, considering time, considering the urgency of the matter, considering a lot of things going on. A lot is going on. These young people are managing themselves, managing their life, and still going through hell. And then some of them are expressing their frustration wrongly, and you can't even manage it. You can't understand them, and you claim you are more qualified. What is qualification? You think if it is not Obi that gives these young people hope, and they are just trying to, that they are now diverting their energy into trying to fight for change in Nigeria? You think if it's not somebody like Obi that gave them that hope to channel that energy that way, you think what you are seeing today is the only thing you'll be seeing? This bandit you are seeing today would have been a child play, let me tell you. If you don't know what this obedient movement is doing, if you don't know what hope does in the life of a young person, if you don't know what it does, then you people, you know nothing about human beings. You see this thing they are doing in your party. You see this thing these young people are doing, getting their energy committed to a voter's card. And that thing is saving this country, but you people don't know. They would have channeled that energy elsewhere. Let me know where you will stay and say you are more qualified.